pasa, guajes? Bienvenidos a mi canal. Mi nombre es Javier Ordieres y este es el primer vídeo en el cual vamos a hablar de noticias de Trail Running. Tengo un montón de noticias aquí preparadas. Quiero comentaros el tema de Transvulcania, la tenemos el fin de semana que viene, de las carreras que pasaron como es el de Madeira, como fue el Penyagolosa, otras noticias, pero sobre todo un colofón final con una entrevista al mismísimo, al grandísimo Zach Miller. Increíble. Metemos la intro y le damos lija fina. Muy bien, en primer lugar pediros disculpas porque como sabéis he tomado el compromiso de reducir estos vídeos a una duración máxima de 10 minutos. Pero obviamente lo que no sabía es que un crack como Zach Miller estaría aquí con nosotros. Entonces, al menos en este vídeo sí que os pido disculpas, pero yo creo que merece la pena, merece la pena porque nos va a contar un montón de cosas, Zach Miller, increíbles, ¿vale? Con lo cual os animo a quedaros hasta el final de este vídeo, donde hablaremos y charlaremos y conectaremos directamente con el refugio donde él trabaja a 3100 metros en Colorado y nos contará un montón de cosas. Antes de eso, vamos a hablar de Transvulcania. Esta carrera es tremenda, yo creo que cada vez está creciendo más y es una de las carreras más importantes a nivel mundial. Y por ello, pues tenemos prácticamente los mejores corredores también a nivel mundial. Va a haber mucho nivel y mucha competencia, ¿vale? Lo que son los corredores nacionales, destaca sobre todo nuestro grandísimo Luis Alberto Hernando, ¿vale? Ha ganado ya 2 veces y veremos si es capaz de ganar así una tercera vez en la Transvulcania. Sin duda va a llegar muy fuerte y estoy seguro que va a ir a muerte a conseguir esta tercera victoria. Otro corredor que lo tenemos que tener muy en cuenta a nivel nacional es Miguel Eras. Ya sabe lo que es ganar en 2 ocasiones en la Transvulcania y estoy seguro de que irá a por una tercera. Ha tenido unos problemas físicos antes de llegar aquí, veremos a ver en qué condición física llega. Otros nombres que tenemos que tener también en cuenta, por ejemplo, Pau Bartolo, por supuesto que lo tenemos que tener en cuenta, Gerard Morales, Dani García, Said, cuidadín con Said también, joder, qué bien nos cae este corredor, Yeray Durán. Bueno, a nivel nacional tenemos un nivelazo tremendo. Internacional, cuidadín con la gente que viene de fuera, ¿vale? Hay un chaval que me encanta, que lo sigo muy de cerca, americano, que es Sage Canaday. Al loro con este hombre porque estoy seguro de que va a estar en el podium mínimo. Y además tiene un canal de YouTube que mola mucho, la verdad. Así que ojalá que Sage Canaday haga una buena carrera. Luego tenemos a los franceses, cuidadín con el tío, el mister del UTMB, el Xavier Tevenard, cuidadín con él, o el Sipancourt también, al lorito con este hombre, ¿vale? Lo que es en el campo femenino, yo creo que hay una persona que destaca por encima del resto, que además lleva en La Palma ya no sé cuántos días entrenando, porque no hace más que subir fotos de La Palma, y estoy hablando de Anna Frost. Yo creo que está un escalón por encima del resto de los rivales, veremos a ver lo que pasa, ¿vale? En la parte nacional tenemos que tener muy en cuenta Usue Fraile, cuidadín con ella, Ana Comet, Gema Arenas, muy buenos corredores vamos a tener en Transvulcania. Con lo cual, el próximo fin de tenemos que estar muy atentos a lo que pasa en la Transvulcania, porque como digo, va a ser una carrera impresionante sin lugar a duda. Luego, como sabéis, la semana pasada tuvimos el Penyagolosa Trail, donde una batalla tremenda entre 2 corredores, entre Seba Sánchez y el corredor del equipo de LAN, Remy Gueral, donde fueron casi pegados durante toda la carrera, separados solamente por unos escasos metros, unos escasos minutos, e incluso fue así como llegaron a la meta. En este caso, Seba Sánchez se llevó la victoria, pero tan solo segundos detrás entró el corredor del equipo de LAN, Remy Gueral. Tremenda carrera que se han marcado los dos. Y la semana pasada también tuvimos el Madeira Island Ultra Trail, donde nuestro amigo, que luego nos contará su experiencia, Zach Miller, dominó totalmente la prueba. Fiel a su estilo, empezando a saco, pero a saco, y acabando incluso más a saco aún. Era la primera vez que corría esa distancia, era la primera vez que hacía los 115 kilómetros, nunca lo había corrido antes, y ya veis este tío, qué crack, que ha ganado la prueba. Fue, desde el primer metro se puso en primera posición y acabó aventajando en más de 20 minutos a Tofol Castañer, que hizo un carrerón tremendo también. Zach Miller fue el único que fue capaz de bajar de las 14 horas en esta carrera. Tremenda. Nos cuenta en la entrevista que vas a encontrar después que había muchísimas escaleras y que se le hizo muy difícil, pero que aún así dice que fue una de las carreras más bonitas que corrió, ¿vale? Luego lo veréis en la entrevista que tenemos a continuación. Y luego por último os quería traer otra noticia que ya ha salido hace bastantes semanas, ¿vale? Pero que la quería traer aquí a este vídeo. Esta es la última noticia y luego ya os dejo con la entrevista de Zach Miller, ¿vale? Y el caso es que el grandísimo Kilian Jornet ha hecho público su calendario para este año, ¿vale? Va a hacer 2 carreras, que será la carrera de Cegama y luego también el Hard Rock, para así centrarse en el cual será el máximo reto, quizás el máximo reto de su vida y última etapa del proyecto Summit of My Life, que en agosto, a finales de agosto, Kilian Jornet intentará escalar en su estilo el Everest, ¿vale? Son 8.848 metros donde intentará ir muy ligero, fiel a su estilo y fiel al proyecto que él mismo creó. Tremendo si este hombre lo consigue, ¿vale? Me podéis poner en los comentarios aquí abajo qué os parece este estilo que Kilian Jornet sigue y qué opinión tenéis acerca de este proyecto. También podéis poner en los comentarios vuestra propia porra, vuestra propia apuesta para el podium de la Transvulcania, ¿vale? Yo aquí me voy a mojar, voy a decir al menos 2 personas que creo que van a estar en el podium, ¿vale? Yo creo que vamos a tener a Luis Alberto Hernando, yo creo que llega a un buen momento de forma, yo creo que Luis Alberto Hernando va a estar en el podium, no sé si ganará, pero va a estar en el podium seguro. Y luego, como dije antes, me gustaría mucho que el corredor americano Sage Canaday esté también en el podium de esta carrera, con lo cual yo creo que esos 2 corredores estarán en el podium de la Transvulcania y como digo, me podéis poner aquí en los comentarios cuál es vuestra propia apuesta. Sin más, os dejo con el vídeo de la entrevista de Zach Miller, como digo, conectando directamente desde donde me ubico yo, que es en Alemania, en Düsseldorf, con el Bar Camp, que es el refugio donde Zach Miller trabaja, que está a 3.100 metros de altitud, en Colorado, ¿vale? En ese refugio no tienen internet, la única señal de internet que tienen es a través de satélite, con lo cual la calidad de la entrevista en alguna ocasión se ve un poco pixelado, pero la conversación es bastante fluida, con lo cual espero que disfrutéis del vídeo y nos vemos en próximos vídeos. ¡Adiós! Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, also good. Really happy of having you here in the YouTube channel.
Okay, good. I'm happy to be here.
I have some questions prepared, but before we talk about the races that you have done or the races that you are going to do this year, so I would like to ask you about your running background. So when did you start running?
Well, I started running track and field in 8th grade. So
Okay.
Let's see, that's when I was about 14 or something like that.
14, okay.
Like 13 or 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But I played soccer before that.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to train to get in run to get in shape for soccer. So I was always kind of running. And I used to run little races in like elementary school, like just in school. Just not many, just like 1 or 2 a year. But yeah, so I started running more competitively around 13, 14 years old.
And when did you realize that you were really good in a long distance runs, that also you could become a professional runner?
Well, I didn't know that I could become a professional. I knew that when I ran when I was young, basically the longer the race was, the better I did. So I knew I was better at the long stuff. I didn't know I would be so good at the ultra marathon stuff. I didn't really know much about that when I was little. So I spent like high school running track and field and cross country. The longest races we did were like 10 kilometers. But I didn't really know until after I graduated that I was so good at running trails and running ultra marathons. I just kind of started doing ultra marathons one day, and I was doing pretty good. And then I tried a 50-mile race, and I did really good. And then that was kind of when I knew.
When I was preparing this interview, I was trying to collect some information about you, not only from races, but also about yourself. And I found something which is quite interesting, and I think you have been asked about this maybe quite a few times as well. So for a year and a half, you work in a cruise, right?
Yes. Yeah, for about a year and a half after college, I worked on cruise ships. I worked on the Queen Mary 2 and the Queen Victoria. And that was actually kind of what got me into ultra running, because I didn't like training on the treadmill. I would do it, but I didn't like it. So when we would travel places, like we would go to the Canary Islands or we'd go to Madeira, I would get off the ship and I would go out and run for a long time, because I wanted to kind of make up for the time when I was on the ocean. And I figured out I could run for a long amount of time, and I would run in the mountains. Yeah, so that kind of got me into ultra running. Training on the ship was not so good. I got better at it over time. By the end, I was actually like training for races on the ship, and they were actually going really well when I would get off and run.
Yeah, I mean, this is really impressive, because I mean, training a ship, being able to just finishing ultramarathon is wow. But also in your case, winning the two ultramarathons, I mean, against almost the most important people there in America, is really impressive.
Yeah. So the JFK 50 mile that I won and the Lake Sonoma 50 mile that I won, those were both after while I was working on the cruise ship. Lake Sonoma, I didn't go back to the cruise ship after that race, but I had done all of the training for it on the ship. I got off the ship like 10 days before the race.
And now you have a totally different job, right? So, which I think is much better for your training, I guess.
Yeah, it's much better. I'm a caretaker, so I live in a little cabin on Pikes Peak in Colorado. There's a trail called the Bar Trail, and it's about 12 miles long. A lot of people hike it to the top of the mountain, which is a little over 14,000 feet. But my cabin is about halfway, so about 6 miles up the trail is my cabin, and that's where I live and train and work. I take care of the hikers and the runners and the people that come up, and some of them stay with us here at our camp. It's called Bar Camp. It's on the Bar Trail, so it's called Bar Camp. We have like a bunkhouse and things like that, and people come stay with us, and we take care of them. So yeah, now my job fits much better, because I'm not on a ocean anymore. Now I just open my door, and all the trails are right out my door.
How high is the where you live now?
Okay, so the cabin is about halfway up the mountain, so it's at 10,200 feet, which is right around 3,000 meters.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good for your training, no? I mean, living there. When you come here to Europe, I think in the trails in the UTMB, I mean, this is less than 2,000, I think.
Yeah, my where I live and like sleep and eat and do everything is higher than most of the highest points in the races that I do. Because most of the races only go up to about 6 or 8,000 feet. Some will go up to 10 or 11, but most don't go much higher than 8. And I live at 10,200, or 3,000 meters. So it works really well. And
you are part of the Nike team. Before you joined this team, did you have a sponsor before, or the Nike it was your first sponsor?
Nike was my first sponsor.
Okay. It was a big change joining this team and taking this sponsor.
Yeah, it was a pretty big change joining the Nike team. I mean, they didn't force me to do certain races or anything, so I still got to make my own decisions and pick my own races, but it gave me the ability to do a lot of really big races and travel a lot farther, because I used to just do a lot of races close to wherever I lived. But with Nike now I travel to Europe. I travel all over the United States. I travel all over the world. So that was a big change, and then And then just the support that they give me, allows me to actually make money off of running, and it actually, and I don't really spend money because, I don't buy my shoes or my clothes, so it took something that I used to spend money to do, and now enables me to make money, and to get a lot of really cool experiences.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a big change, but it's been really good.
So you have run already. You have done already quite a few races in Europe. Do you see any big difference between the races there in the US and the races here in Europe? Maybe on the trails or even the people?
Yeah, there are. Both. The courses are usually a lot more technical. A lot of really steep climbing and really steep descending, and then a lot of rocks and things to navigate. The courses, aren't smooth. You have to have good technical skills. In America, we have some courses like that. Like on the East Coast, like in states like maybe Vermont or New York or Pennsylvania, you can get very technical courses, but a lot of our popular races, like Sonoma or North Face in California, are on
really
very
fast races, right?
They're on pretty smooth courses, not very technical. In America, the races are very small, and there aren't as many fans. And in Europe, it's very popular and big races and lots of fans.
The race that you did last year at UTMB CCC is crazy. The amount of people that are there cheering.
Yeah, it is.
I was saying that last month you came to Spain to run the Alto Sil race, and the Alto Sil, I mean, is one. I think it's one of the most famous races in Spain, but it's not really common to have people coming from America to run this race, no? Because I mean, it's not an ultra marathon. I mean, it's a small race. But how was the experience of running this race? And also, I think you were few days with the guys from the organization. So how was that experience?
Oh, it was a great experience. I loved Alto Sil. It was a lot of fun, and the atmosphere was just really special. The course was really difficult and challenging, and the runners there were good.
And last week you were in the Madeira Island running the ultra trail there. Already fully recovered or still with the tired legs?
No, not fully recovered. Pretty much all of the soreness is gone. But my legs are still tired. It will be a little while till I feel fast.
Okay, so it was the first time that you ran this distance, correct? The 115 kilometers.
Yes. The longest race I had done was CCC, which is 101 kilometers.
Okay. You post in Facebook that it was the hardest race that you ever ran. I mean, in terms of kilometers and meters, of course, yes. But you look very strong from the first meter until the last one, being honest.
Well, I was able to run very strong, but it hurt a lot. There are a lot of stairs in the race, and all different sizes and materials. Like some are rocks, and some are wood, and some are mud, and some are big, and some are small. But there are like millions of stairs. The course was beautiful, one of the most beautiful courses I've ever run, but it was very, very challenging, especially because at the end, the last 25 miles, you have some climbing, but you have mostly descending, and it really hurts to run down on legs that are so tired.
I wanted to ask you for how was the last miles of the race, because I mean, it was your first time, so you are not really used to this distance. So I want to ask you, how was this 10, 15 or 20 last miles of the race?
They were really hard. My body actually ran pretty well during them, but my mind was very, very tired.
Really?
I was in a lot of pain physically, but mentally I just really wanted to be done. But my legs kept going. They were just kind of in a rhythm, and they just kept going, even though I didn't really want to. So yeah, it was kind of strange. It was like physically I could do it, but mentally I really wanted to be done.
Oh, but this is really interesting, no? Because I mean, usually it's the other way around, or both things, no? But in your case, you were in the first position, 20 minutes ahead of the second runner, but still your head it was not convinced.
Yeah, I was. I don't know. My mind was pretty tired, but I mean, I was trying to keep good spirits. I tried to keep good spirits, so I think I did pretty well doing that. But it felt like the last 10 kilometers was never going to end. It felt like I was running forever.
Okay, and then just to close this interview, I wanted to also talk with you about the UTMB. So last year was your first time in the UTMB running the CCC. First time there, you also won the the race. So how was the experience running in Chamonix?
Chamonix is amazing. I mean, that's partially why I want to go back. I mean, everybody is there. There are so many fans. It's like it feels like everybody in Europe who likes mountain running is in Chamonix that weekend. Yeah. And the course is amazing. I really like the course because it's a lot of up and down. Yeah. It's a little technical, but it's not too technical. So you can still run very fast on it, and I really like that. And the race is organized very well. So yeah, I loved it, and I'm looking forward to going back.
You went to the UTMB CCC, so it was the first time that you ran 100 kilometers and you won the race. So then this last weekend you went to Madeira, 115 kilometers, was your first time that you ran this distance, you won the race, and then you are planning to go to the UTMB this year. So what is going to happen there?
Well, I mean, I'm going to give it my best. You know, I will. You know, I want to try to go for the win. I don't know if that will happen. You know, see how I recover here, and if I can train myself right to do that, and if I can have a good day at UTMB. But I mean, it's 104 miles. I've never run that long. It's going to take. You know, I mean, it takes. You know, around 20 to 25 hours. That's a very long. That's a very long race. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I will go to do my best, and you know, and to place as high as I can, and we'll find out. Mm-hmm. We'll find out at the finish line how that is.
Are you going to change something now in your training to I don't know, to try to build more endurance or something for the UTMB, or you just continue with the training that you are doing until now?
I think I'll kind of continue with what I've been doing. I might do some runs that like start in the dark and then go into the daylight and are really long to get ready for running at night. I might put in some days that are just very, very long. You know, maybe once a week or once or twice a month, where I'm just outside all day. But I don't know. I haven't decided. I think mostly I'm going to kind of continue doing what I've been doing, and I might just add in a few more things to get a little stronger and a little more endurance. But most of it will probably stay similar to what I've been doing because it seems to be working, and I think it's pretty sufficient.
How many? Yeah, yes. I'm curious. How many miles usually you run per week?
Yeah. I don't really track. Right. I don't really keep track of miles or meters. I more do it on time.
Okay.
So when I first start training, maybe I'm doing an hour or two a day. And then as I get closer to the race, I'm running, several hours a day. So by the end, I might be averaging about 4 hours a day. But I don't do that all year long. I do that like the last few weeks or so before the race.
In August, I'm going to be also in Chamonix because I will do the UTMB as well. So hopefully we see each other there, and we can talk and we. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so.
All right. So
yeah.
Thank you very much for accepting this interview, for taking your time to do that. Yeah, it was really a pleasure for me and for the people that are following me in the YouTube channel to having you here today.
Okay, well, thank you. One thing I was going to say, CCC was my first 101 or 100 kilometer trail race or mountain race. I had run the 100 kilometer world championships on the road. So I had run 100 kilometers, but it was much different. It was on the road, so it took like half the time. it was flat.
All right.
But so yeah, CCC was my first mountainous 100 kilometers.
Okay,
so,
I didn't know this one.
Yeah, no, it's all right. A lot of people probably don't because I'm usually not on the road. But that year I was on the road for one ultra.
Okay, so again, thank you very much. Maybe I don't know, maybe before the UTMB or something, maybe we organize another call or something like that.
Yeah, that would be fine. Just message me and let me know, and we can put something together.
Brilliant.
Or maybe you can do it in person in Chamonix.
Yeah, exactly. that would be even better. All right. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much. All the best and good luck for your races.
All right. You as well.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Chao. Sí, señor. Zach Miller. Qué crack, chaval, que hoy me ha caído con nosotros aquí en nuestro canal de YouTube. Una pasada de tío. Ojalá que lo veamos en Chamonix. Si queréis más vídeos como este en el cual hagamos una entrevista a corredores nacionales o también corredores internacionales de cualquier país, ya sabéis, darle a like, suscribiros al canal y compartir estos vídeos en vuestras redes sociales. Muchísimas gracias, amigos, nos vemos, chao.